What you're saying doesn't make any sense whatsoever. You're saying Keemstar tweeted pictures of horses of me, and Keemstar did this, and Keemstar did that. I would still do that today. I would do that every single day of my life. All I want to do is make fun of you, but I can't because YouTube told me that I can't. For an entire year, you've been going off. You've been saying crazy stuff. You've been uploading videos. Should we deplatform Keemstar, right? You took a Keemstar doll and was f***ing it on f***ing YouTube. I'm sorry, that violates like 10 different bro. You can't do that, all right? You're uploading a video saying I got a little f***ing dick and all this other shit. If I uploaded a video saying another female creator had a loose dick, my channel would be gone. You have enjoyed special privilege on this platform.
You know, 2016 YouTube was actually a time I look back at fondly. The height of some of the most disgraced creators nowadays seems so long ago, back when, you know, H3H3 podcasts, or H3, productions was must-see TV, was something everybody talked about. Back when, you know, Content Cop and iDubbbz was something that people were an internet event. Those days are long gone, as many of the rules on YouTube have changed in terms of critiquing other creators and whether or not you're allowed to and who you're allowed to critique. I myself have had conversations around this fact, and it was said to me in not so many words that I am not allowed to critique creators, no matter how you know, kind I keep it, who are significantly smaller than me. Even if they're attacking me, even if they're going after my sponsors, I can't do anything about it. That is the nature of the rules on YouTube. And the long lover's quarrel between Keemstar and H3H3 Productions reached a new height yesterday, as Keemstar, I don't think he actually directly flagged down the video, but he tagged in Susan Wojcicki in a tweet complaining about a video that, at least in my opinion, would qualify as violating current rules on YouTube. Ethan has been, you know, to be honest, relentlessly going after Keemstar for years, with far less of punchbacks happening from Keem, and YouTube just lets it be. And we saw this last time during the content nuke and all this kind of stuff, that Ethan was fine, you know, standing on dead bodies and going after sponsors and doing all the nefarious scummery that we've now come accustomed to. And we know that Keem is not against doing the same things. You know, he'll meet you on the low road. And some would argue he probably lives there. Obviously, I don't like Keem and I don't like Ethan. I don't like either one of them. But I do think that the double standard here on YouTube is palpable. Ethan Klein has been able to, you know, continuously disparage other creators on his H3 podcast, long form podcast, with, I would argue, critiques that are well beyond the pale, well beyond, you know, a normal critique, into personal attacks. This is where the line is in terms of how I understand it, with YouTube's terms of service. And recently, Keem has a new love interest, someone he met at a fan meetup, who is 20, and Keem is nearly 40. I think he's my age. I don't really care. None of my business. Is it a little jarring? Yeah, but these are two adults. But, you know, Ethan Klein didn't miss the opportunity to go right up against the line and call Keem, you know, the P word, essentially. And blast that out to his millions of subscribers, right? And then re-upload the clips to, you know, on his clip channel to another 1 million+ subscribers. And I would argue that the video definitely would violate modern day terms of service. Now, I'm not exactly going to give Keemstar the award for fighting against the double standard, because this is nothing but a personal vendetta for him as well. You know, the argument that, you know, Keem was posting pictures of horses as an implication of, you know, as a disparaging remark about Gila Klein's looks. but he was just doing it because he heard Ethan liked horses. I mean, that's just disingenuous. I think, you know, it's really scummy to go after somebody's wife and their looks and things like that. But really, all bets are off when you're talking about these two people. So last night, apparently, Ethan Klein received 2 strikes and went into full meltdown mode once it happened. You could see, here, Keemstar posing H3H3 got 2 strikes on his channel. He goes on to talk about, that he made all sorts of disparaging comments about Keem in this video, which is true. Now, maybe this is the old guard of YouTube in me talking, and it probably is, but, there's kind of this unwritten rule, although nowadays it's probably not. I guess I'm talking about the OGs these days. There's kind of an unwritten rule, especially among large creators, that you don't flag down another creator's video. You just don't do it. And you don't tattle to Susan either. That's what Keem did, and YouTube really had no choice but to act here, because there has been a lot of questioning, why Ethan Klein has this past where he can say all sorts of disparaging stuff about people. He can make all sorts of sordid implications. He said some, things about me too. I don't know about his wife. Oh, geez, I don't know what his wife does with this, or his wife. I don't think I've ever made any disparaging comments about Ela Klein. But, Ethan, when he has a vendetta against somebody, it is all consuming. It's why he's so unhappy. I don't think you don't have to use BetterHelp to figure out why Ethan Klein is so unhappy. And that's because he harbors so many grudges against people. I mean, the guy made over an hour video on me. How sad is that? It's eating him alive. It's like this cancerous tumor. The vendettas that he carries and the grudges that he carries, he's got to learn to let stuff go. The guy's a multi-millionaire. He's got a kid's clothing line. He's got, innumerable thousands coming in every month from free Twitch Prime subs from people. And he's got a couple kids, I think. He's got a huge mansion. What else do you want, man? If you can't be happy with all that, I think it's probably time to, really get some better help. But the idea that Keem is some kind of hero here is also pretty weak. I understand, though. Like, people making fun of Keem for dating this girl clearly bothered him. And I don't blame him. Like, dude, it's none of your business. There's that meme, like, I consent. Did you forget to ask somebody? And there's like Ethan Klein's picture. It's really creepy that the entire H3 podcast, basically survives on harassing other people to the point of mental breakdowns. They did it to Trisha Paytas for months. They did it with, they're doing with Gabby Hanna. They're going on Twitch. They're causing problems there. This is the type of behavior that mid-level creators aren't allowed to do, but Ethan Klein is. And so do I think that the strike was deserved? Yeah, I mean, I do, based on the things that they said in the video. But I don't think exactly that Keem is some kind of hypocrite, or that he's some kind of hero for taking in. You could see, show your flag history and emails to YouTube. I made a public Twitter video reporting the video, tagged the CEO of YouTube. So you're hooking up with Susan, GG. Susan never responded to my tweet, and I deleted it. He also tweeted about me last night and deleted that. And then, H3 goes on full meltdown, even like switching alt accounts and replying to the thread and multiple times with his H3 podcast account. Look, when you're online, as long as everyone really has been, myself included, there are things that you wish you could take back, things that look bad in and out of context. And are we going to, every time Ethan Klein and Keemstar battle, are we going to have to rehash every single sin that they've ever done? I just don't see much value in it. I think Keem gloating about having a video struck down, it's not a good look. I don't think it is. You could see isn't this Nicholas Yorio tweeting? Isn't this the dude who made content out of Trisha's meltdowns and wanted to do a game show and give Gabby Hanna an award for biggest mental breakdown after standing on the grave of a dead creator for over a year? He's 100% right. Nick is right. I don't cry to YouTube about you, but you just outed yourself as a hypocrite. We all knew you were. You did exactly what you've accused me of. How does it feel to be proven the perfect hypocrite? I don't know. I mean, I have had my suspicions around the Gokanaru video getting removed after Ethan complained about it, right? Has he, Ethan, Keemstar had a video taken down. Also, are these, maybe Ethan should show his flag history, although I'm sure he has alt accounts that he uses to flag stuff. And I think that, ultimately this just makes everybody look bad. Is the strike deserved? Sure. I'm not going to shed any tears for either one of these creators. I've been firmly in team forget them both. But I don't know what else to say. Yeah, he struck down Ethan Klein, and in a week we get to spin this all back up again. And ultimately what this is going to lead to, right? These two multimillionaires, let's be clear, both of these people are multimillionaires. These two multimillionaires will be fine. It's the mid-level creators, everyone else, that's going to have to suffer under stricter rules and are going to have to put up with more BS put out by YouTube because of their behavior. And that, in and of itself, is a huge L for the rest of us. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.